Your camel coat is not dated. Your cream knit is not dated. But put gray underneath the camel this fall and suddenly the same coat reads differently. Gray is the first of 7 fall 2026 trends I think are worth wearing. 3 others I would skip, at least in their literal runway form. Let us begin there. Before we begin, these are observations, not rules. A color, shape, or garment does not suddenly become wrong because it is absent from a trend report. This is simply what designers and brands are placing in front of us for fall 2026. So this is not a shopping list. It is a way to identify what is gaining momentum, then check whether the idea already exists in your wardrobe. Trend number 1, gray. Gray is not replacing camel, cream, or brown. Its most useful role is to interrupt them. Warm neutral beside warm neutral can merge into one continuous column. Add a cooler gray and the pieces separate again. This should feel familiar. Last winter, I made an entire video about gray moving beyond its old office reputation. We also saw it throughout the fall 2025 trend conversation. Seeing it return again matters. It does not prove that gray will last forever, but it does show continuity rather than a one-season novelty. My wearable method is what I call a temperature break. Keep the camel coat. Put a mid-gray knit beneath it, add an espresso trouser, then repeat the brown in the belt, bag, or loafer. The gray cools the outfit, the brown stops it becoming severe. One complete formula would be a gray fine gauge crew neck, espresso straight trousers, an open camel coat, chocolate loafers, and a cream shirt collar near the face. Almost every item is familiar. What changed is the relationship between them. If gray drains you near the face, move it below the waist. Wear cream above, gray trousers below, and camel over both. Or use charcoal in a bag or shoe. The trend is gray. The styling decision is where the gray belongs on you. Trend number 2, fitted. Fitted is probably the easiest word to misunderstand this season. It does not mean that every garment must cling, and it does not mean oversized clothing has disappeared. Volume is still present. What has returned is the option of showing one deliberate boundary inside that volume. Last fall, we were already talking about the return of the hourglass. Blazers that nip slightly, coats with subtle belts, and dresses that wrap instead of squeeze. Fall 2026 strengthens that direction, but I would translate fitted as defined, not tight. Choose one place for the outfit to hold. The shoulder, waist, wrist, or ankle. A shaped jacket can sit over a relaxed trouser. A closer ribbed knit can balance a wide leg. A belt can give a generous coat one point of control. The rest of the outfit can remain easy. Try a dark brown fitted knit with a white chocolate trouser, a visible medium brown belt, a roomy suede bag, and a low pointed shoe. The top follows the body, the trouser releases below it, and the outfit feels intentional without becoming body conscious. The trend tells us what is appearing. The method tells us how to use it. That is exactly what page 8 of the Fall 2026 Wardrobe Edit does. Instead of simply telling you to wear something fitted, it gives you a formula: defined knit, relaxed trouser, quiet shoe. Then it explains why that balance works, how to adjust it for petite proportions or a fuller middle, and the fitting test to use before buying. The trend gives you the direction, the guide helps you make the decision. Trend number 3, high-necked. You may remember high-neck jackets and funnel collars from my Fall 2025 trend video. They have not disappeared. Their continued presence in Fall 2026 is another reminder that the trend does not always require a new purchase. If you bought one last year, it can still look completely current now. For several seasons, the relaxed default around the face was an open shirt, a deep V, or a long open lapel. Those options still work, but high necks are giving the face a more deliberate frame again. This can be a fine roll neck, a funnel neck knit, a stand collar jacket, a shirt button one step higher, or a coat that closes neatly at the throat. The point is architecture, not concealment. Wear a soft charcoal roll neck under a camel blazer with dark gray straight trousers, chocolate loafers, and a structured brown bag. Leave off the necklace. The neckline creates the finish, so it does not need several accessories competing around it. If a roll neck feels uncomfortable, or you have a shorter neck or fuller bust and dislike fabric close to the chin, use a stand collar, a narrow scarf tucked inside the lapels, or a jacket that closes slightly higher at the chest. High-necked is the runway signal. A closed frame can be your gentler translation. Trend number 4. Masculine. Masculine describes the design vocabulary. A stronger shoulder, a longer jacket, a straight trouser, a tuxedo reference, a white shirt, or a borrowed from menswear proportion. It does not require an entire business suit, and it does not mean disguising the body. We were already seeing this last fall. In my fall 2025 fabric and shape ranking, I called out the power suit and sharp shoulder. That line has not disappeared. It has become one of the clearest ways to give softer clothes authority. Masculine and fitted are not opposites. Some of the strongest outfits combine a masculine outer line with definition underneath. Try a charcoal blazer with a clear but not exaggerated shoulder, a cream tee, mid-gray straight trousers, a brown belt, dark brown loafers, and one medium brown bag. The jacket supplies the authority. The tee removes the corporate stiffness. If you are petite, reduce the scale rather than abandoning the trend. Choose a slightly shorter jacket, a narrower lapel, and a shoulder that is clean without extra padding. Keep the masculine line. Change its size. Trend number 5. Red. Red is not hiding this fall. On the runway, it can occupy an entire coat, dress, or column. In a working wardrobe, it can also be much smaller and still change the outfit completely. Again, this is a direction we were already tracking. Last fall, we discussed tomato red, chili red, and deeper cardinal tones. Red appearing strongly again means the useful question is no longer whether the color exists. The question is how much of it you want. My preferred method is one clear interruption. Start with cream trousers, a white shirt, a camel cardigan, and brown loafers. Then choose either a red knit or a red bag. If the bag is red, let the knit stay neutral. Do not scatter 4 small red accents around the outfit to justify the first one. That restraint is my method, not the definition of the trend. If you love red, a full red coat or a tonal red column can be beautiful. But if you mainly wear neutrals, one decisive item gives you more combinations and a lower risk of the color wearing you. If bright tomato red feels harsh near your face, move it into the shoe or bag, or choose carmine, brick, oxblood, or burgundy. You are still participating in the red direction without surrendering your coloring or your taste. Trend number 6. Velvet. Velvet is not a new winter fabric, but the way it is being used continues to change. Last fall, we were already saying that velvet was moving beyond holiday dressing and towards everyday sophistication. This season reinforces that idea. The easiest test is daylight. If the velvet only works with a clutch, jewelry, and an evening heel, it will remain trapped in the occasion section of the wardrobe. Change its neighbors and it becomes far more useful. Put a navy velvet blazer over a cream cotton shirt and dark indigo straight jeans. Add a loafer and a structured everyday bag. Or wear velvet trousers with a plain knit and a flat shoe. The velvet provides the rich surface. Everything around it says ordinary day. The wardrobe decision is to remove its old evening instructions. If you do not own velvet, this is not an instruction to buy it. If you do, test the piece with denim, wool, or cotton before deciding it is too formal. A velvet flat, bag, or collar can also give you the surface without asking you to build an entire outfit around it. Trend number 7. Animal prints. The plural matters. Leopard is visible, but so are zebra and snake skin effects, particularly in shoes and accessories. These prints already contain color, contrast, and texture, so they rarely need much help. Last fall, I warned that head-to-toe leopard or zebra can become costume very quickly, while a small bag, flat, or belt adds personality without taking over. That advice still holds. The trend has continued. The most wearable dose has not changed. Choose one zone: the foot, waist, bag, skirt, or coat. If the shoe is leopard, keep the bag plain. If the coat carries the print, make everything underneath quiet. One zone means the print has a clear beginning and end. A useful formula is black straight trousers, a cream fine gauge knit, an open camel coat, a leopard slingback, and a plain black bag. From the knee upward, the outfit is restrained. The print at the foot gives it one sharp note. If animal print has never felt like you, skip it. The transferable lesson is concentration. One expressive area against a disciplined base. You can apply that with another print you genuinely enjoy. Those are the 7 I would wear: gray, fitted, high-necked, masculine, red, velvet, and animal prints. Now for the 3 I would not copy literally. The first is fur. Fur is a real fall 2026 runway signal, and it is another continuation. Last fall, faux fur coats, collars, and furry accessories were already prominent. So I am not skipping it because the direction is imaginary. I am skipping the most theatrical interpretation because a dramatic full fur look can overwhelm the person, limit the number of places the piece can go, and offer very little flexibility once the novelty fades. Keep the tactile idea instead. Use a shearling effect collar, a brushed wool coat, a deep pile bag, or a restrained fur effect trim. One rich surface with 2 matte companions gives you the depth without turning texture into the whole identity of the outfit. The second is stirrup pants. Stirrup pants create a long, uninterrupted line because the fabric continues under the foot. On a runway, that can look extremely clean. In daily life, the loop changes which shoes work, can pull at the rise, and often makes the entire outfit feel dependent on one very specific styling trick. If you already love stirrup leggings, you do not need my permission to wear them. But I would not buy them simply to make a fall 2026 outfit look current. A clean narrow trouser, cigarette cut, or slim knit trouser gives you almost the same visual line and works with far more of the shoes you already own. My verdict is to skip the literal mechanism and keep the narrow line. The third is slit. This is the most runway dependent of the 3, so I would not inflate it into a major wardrobe overhaul. A high slit creates movement in photographs and allows a long skirt or dress to open dramatically as the model walks. But the highest versions also require constant management when you sit, climb stairs, or move through an ordinary day. Keep the movement and lower the exposure. Look for a side vent, a wrap overlap, or a slit that finishes closer to the knee. You still get a long garment that moves instead of hanging like a tube, but the outfit does not demand attention every time you change position. I would skip the extreme height, not the idea of movement. So the Fall 2026 edit is clear: 7 worth wearing. Gray, fitted, high-necked, masculine, red, velvet and animal prints. 3 to approach differently: fur, stirrup pants and slit. These are not 10 shopping instructions. Several of the strongest signals were already visible last fall. That continuity is precisely why the first step should be checking what you own. Gray knitwear, a shaped jacket, a fine high neck, a strong blazer, one red piece, forgotten velvet, or an animal print shoe may already be waiting in the wardrobe. If you want the broader wardrobe system, the Fall 2026 wardrobe edit goes further. It turns the season into 7 practical wardrobe decisions, 10 complete outfit formulas, denim and footwear guidance, and 2 printable worksheets. You will find it linked below. Your camel coat can stay, your cream knit can stay. The goal is not to replace the wardrobe, it is to recognize which directions are gaining momentum, choose the ones that serve you and translate them before the trend starts wearing you. Keep the classics, change the relationship. Subscribe if you want this kind of wardrobe decoding through the season.